Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with a foundation review. I am here reviewing the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. Now, I know this has been out for a while, but I got mine more recently. I have tried it out and I have some thoughts for you. Now, for a few quick facts, it is $12 for 0.8 ounces. It's not a full ounce. It is $15 for a full ounce, unit, price by unit is concerned. And one thing that I really love about this foundation, it has 50 shades. 50. I will insert a picture of a collection of the shades here. Now, that is huge, especially for a drugstore brand. We tend to be a little bit more lenient on drugstore brands because they don't have the same amount of money to promote products, although something like L'Oreal, they should definitely have the money, but maybe not so much for Revolution Beauty. That's still up for debate. But I was able to find my shade. My shade is F2. Very, very light, but it actually does match me, which is great. I'm not wearing it today, but I will have pictures of me wearing it coming up. It is vegan, it does not test on animals, paraben-free, and oil-free. It claims it has a lightweight buildable coverage, a demi-matte finish, I'll get to that in a moment, and it won't settle into fine lines or cling to dry patches. Now, I have very oily skin, like ridiculously oily. Even in the winter, I am pretty damn oily, so I don't get much in the way of dry patches. Every once in a blue moon, I'll get something around my nose or like up in here, but for the most part, I don't get that. I also live in what I tend to call more often than a subtropical climate. Like right now, it's the dead of winter. It is 70 degrees. Such is life. We do get some cold snaps every now and then, but like even in the dead of winter, if it gets below 50, it's a little bit of a surprise. So those are the conditions that I tested this out in. Now, it says it's lightweight buildable coverage. Overall, I actually probably would call this full coverage. I compare any full coverage claims to the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, the OG of that range, because I have used up a bottle of it before, and I know what it's talking about. Like that sucker is a mask. Now, this does not quite pull off being the whole mask thing, but it could, I have a lot naturally, like this is blush, but I do have a good bit of redness in my cheeks that I try to cover up and then apply the blush color that I want on top of it. When I was in high school, I didn't do that at all. I just used as much concealer as I could fit on my face and then that's it. But it did cover up all the redness. It covered out any breakouts I had. I'd say it did really well. I would call it at least on the lower end of full coverage. It's not mask-like though. So that's, if I'm gonna go full coverage, I don't want it to be full on mask. Now this stuff dries very fast. So how I use this, and to the surprise of most people who know me, know I hate this packaging, but I left it alone this time. Because I have to apply it in sections, I can't do it all at once. So the little bit that comes out at a time is enough to do one section of my face. So like I'll go this cheek and this part of my chin, blend that, go over here, blend that, and do my forehead, blend that, and then anything I want to take down my neck, I will do that as well. So surprisingly, the whole doe foot thing actually kind of works for this because this dries super duper fast. I love that it honestly almost sets itself even on me. I would never go without powder, but with this one, especially this time of year where I'm not sweating as much at least, I probably honestly could. And I really, really appreciate that because I hate the feeling of wet foundation on my face. It's one of the reasons why I go through a lot of powder every year, is because I probably double powder compared to other people. Like I said, the doe foot actually pulls out enough foundation for a section, so that's why I left the stopper in rather than like I have done with my other doe foot foundations and like yanked the stopper out so I could actually get enough out at a time to do my whole face rather than having to dip back and forth in. For something that dries really fast, it's okay. I don't don't know where they get demi matte from. This is straight matte on me. I will insert a photo here of me before and after makeup. And yeah, it works great for me, but I don't think dry skin would like this as much as I do. I will freely admit that. I know that they now have the hydrating foundation that's in the same line. The shade range, last I looked, they may have expanded since the last time I looked because I wrote my notes a couple of weeks ago and I'm just now getting to filming this, unfortunately. The shade range is only at 16 right now, but I'm sure, especially since this one has such a good shade range, as it gets more attention and more demand gets out, they will put out more shades. So, if you have dry skin, maybe go for that. And then they have the matching concealer. I like that as well. And it's a very good range. I like all of them, and I like that they're very nicely priced. You can get them from Ulta, which means you can do their like 3 for 15 coupons that they almost always have going on, or 20% off one item. Usually they have either or going any given week, so you can definitely knock a few dollars off of this, or wait until Revolution itself is buy one, get one half off, 2 for 2 free, or whatever they decide to do that week. And you can get this pretty cheap. And you know, Ulta has the points system that you can actually turn back into cash. So as far as longevity is concerned, I have pictures from the start of the day, 4 hours in, 8 hours in, and it lasted really, really well on me. My foundations only tend to need to last 8 hours, but at the rate that was going, I'm sure it could really easily take me through a 12 or a 16-hour day if you need something that lasts that long. So overall, I loved it. This is one of my new favorites, honestly. I wish I could wear it more if I wasn't panning something else right now. So, you know, I'm panning something older and I want to get my money's worth. That's why I'm trying to use it up rather than using something I like more, like this, for example. But let's say I got my foundation collection down to 4 foundations. It's kind of my goal. This would be one of them. This would definitely have a place in my foundation collection. And you know, it's got that nice glass bottle going on. Everything's nice and sturdy. It's heavy. It feels good in your hand. So I have no complaints. Stays in place, doesn't move, doesn't patch off or anything like that on me. So yeah. I really love it, and I suggest figuring out a shade for yourself and trying it out, as long as you're not like super dry skinned, and then I would suggest maybe trying out the hydrate one. But who knows, as cheaply as you can get this for, I would not suggest trying it out even if you are dry skinned, just to see if it works for you or not. Like, it's pretty inexpensive. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!